Welcome back. Let's get right into it. This is in a series. Check out the description box, the playlist, save this to a playlist or save the whole playlist to your record so that you can find us again. I'm Brittany with SeedSoilWater. We are committing to going through this entire book together. Drop a yes in the comments below if you're here either for the first time or if you're here continuing on in the series. We are committed to learning these principles along with other manifestation and visualization principles in conjunction and partnership with the sister channel, Seed, Soil, Water, Spa, that actually has the creative experiences for you to submerge yourself into the desired reality that you want to create for yourself. There's many different types of experiences and many more to come. So please subscribe to both channels, save this playlist, and make sure to commit to coming back. And let's actually change. We can change the entire landscape of reality if each of us learns this and chooses to apply it to ourselves and then shares it with a couple people. We can change not only the future, but the past. Okay, going beyond space and time. What does it mean to be beyond space and time? These are constructs that humans created to explain physical phenomena involving location and our sense of the temporal. When we talk about a glass sitting on a table, we reference it in terms of location, where it is in space, how long it has occupied that location. As humans, we're obsessed with these two conceptions: where we are, how long we've been there, how long will we remain there, where we'll go next. Even though time is not something that we can actually sense, we feel it passing in much the same way that we sense our location in space. We feel the seconds, the minutes, and the hours passing by, just as we feel our bodies pressed against our chairs and our feet planted on the ground. In the quantum field, the infinite probabilities for materializing reality are beyond time and space because a potential doesn't even exist yet. If it doesn't exist, it doesn't have a location to occupy, and it doesn't have a position temporarily, right? Got it? Temporally, like yeah, or temporarily. Either way, it's not there because if it hasn't been imagined, okay, sorry, anything that doesn't have material existence, that hasn't had its waves of probability collapsed into particle reality, exists beyond space and time. Since the quantum field is nothing but immaterial probability, it is outside of space and time. As soon as we observe one of those infinite probabilities and give it material reality, it acquires those two characteristics. This is exciting stuff. I don't know how to explain that in a better way, so I'm just going to keep going. To enter the field, enter a similar state. Great. We have the power to make material reality of our own choosing by selecting it from the quantum field. But we have to somehow access that field. We're always connected to it, but how do we get the field to respond to us? If we're constantly emitting energy and therefore sending information to the field and receiving information from it, how do we communicate more effectively with it? In upcoming chapters, I will talk at length about how to enter the field. For now, what you need to know is that to enter the field, which exists beyond space and time, you have to enter a similar state. Do you ever have any experiences when time and space seem to disappear? Think of those moments when you're driving and your thoughts are focused on some concern you have. When that happens, you forget about your body. You're not even like aware of how you feel in space. You forget about the environment, the external world disappears, and you forget about time. You have no idea how long you are tranced out. We've all had that experience driving. It's like, oh, I'm here now. Good thing my body knew where it was going. I hope I drove safe. At moments like these, you've been at the threshold of the door that allows you to enter the quantum field and gain access to working with universal intelligence. In essence, you've already made thought more real than anything else. Later on, I will provide instruction on how to move into that state of consciousness regularly to access the field and to communicate more directly with the universal intelligence that animates all things. Change your mind, change your life. As this chapter has progressed, I've led you from the notion that mind and matter are fully separable to the quantum model, which states that they are inseparable. Mind is matter and matter is mind. So all those times in the past when you tried to change, maybe your thinking was fundamentally limited. You likely believed that it was always circumstances outside of you that needed to change. Like, if I didn't have so many other commitments, I could lose the excess weight, then I'd be happy. We've all stated some variation on that theme, like if this, then that, cause and effect. What if you could change your mind, your thoughts, and your feelings and your way of being outside of the bounds of time and space? What if you could change ahead of time and see the effects of those internal changes in your external world? Well, you can. What has profoundly and positively changed my life and the lives of so many others is the understanding that changing one's mind and thereby having new experiences and gaining new insights is simply a matter of breaking the habit of being oneself. When you overcome your senses, when you understand that you are not bound by the chains of your past, when you live in a life that is greater than your body, greater than your environment, greater than time, all things are possible. The universal intelligence that animates this existence of all things will surprise and delight you. It wants nothing more than to provide you with access to all you want. In short, when you change your mind, you change your life. And a child shall lead them. Before we move on, I'd like to share a story that illustrates just how powerful and effective being in contact with a greater intelligence can be in making changes an integral part of your life. My children are now young adults, have used meditation similar to this process that I will describe to you later. As a result of practicing these techniques, they've manifested some remarkable adventures. Since their childhood, we've had an agreement that they work on creating material things or events that they want to experience. However, our rule is that I don't interfere or assist with producing the outcome. They have to create intended realities on their own, using their own minds and interacting with the quantum field. My 20-something daughter studies art in college. It was springtime, and I asked what she wanted to manifest during an upcoming summer break. She had a laundry list. Instead of the typical college student home for the summer job, she wanted to work in Italy, learn and experience new things, visit at least 6 Italian cities, spend 1 week in Florence since she had friends there. She wanted to work for this first 6 weeks of the summer, making a decent wage, then spend the rest of the break at home. I commended my daughter for her clear vision of what she wanted and reminded her that universal intelligence would orchestrate the way her dream summer would manifest. She would take care of the what, and a greater consciousness would handle the how. Since my daughter is practiced in the art of thinking and feeling ahead of the actual experience, I merely reminded her to not only set an intention every day with regard to what the summer would look like, what people she would see, what events would transpire, what places she would visit, but also to feel what it would be like to experience these things. I asked her to create the vision in her mind until it was so clear and real that the thought she was thinking became the experience, and her brain synapses began to wire that information as if it was a reality. If she was still being the young woman in the dorm room with a dream of going to Italy, then she was still the same person living the same reality. So while it was still March, she had to begin being that young woman who'd been in Italy for half of the summer. No problem, she said. She'd had experiences like this before when she wanted to be in a music video and when she wanted to experience an unlimited shopping spree. Both of these transpired in perfect elegance. I then reminded my daughter, you can't get up from your mental creation of this experience as the same person you were when you sat down. You have to get up from your seat as if you just had the most amazing summer of your life. I got it, she said. She understood my reminder that each day she had to change to a new state of being, and after every mental creation, she was to go about her day living in the elevated mood of gratitude generated by having had that experience. My daughter called a few weeks later. Dad, the university is offering an art history summer course in Italy. I can get the cost of the program and all expenses down from $7,000 to $4,000. Can you help me pay for that? Well, it's not that I'm an unsupportive parent, but this didn't strike me as what she had originally stated as her target. She was trying to control the outcome of this possible destiny instead of allowing the quantum field to orchestrate the events. I advised her to really inhabit that Italian trip and to think, feel, speak, and dream in Italian until she got lost in the experience. A few weeks later, when she called again, her excitement was palpable. She had been in the library chatting with her art history teacher, and they eventually slipped into speaking Italian. Both spoke the language fluently. At that point, her teacher said, I just remembered, one of my colleagues needs someone to teach level 1 Italian to some American students who will be studying in Italy this summer. Of course, my daughter was hired. Get this, not only would she be paid to teach, all expenses covered, she would be in 6 different cities in Italy for 6 weeks, spending the last week in Florence and be able to be home for the second half of the summer. She manifested her dream job in every aspect of her original vision. This wasn't a case of a young woman pursuing this opportunity with the traditional dogged determination to find a program, searching the internet, hounding professors, and so forth. Instead of following cause and effect, my daughter changed her state of being to the extent that she was causing an effect. She was living by the quantum law. As she electromagnetically connected to an intended destiny that existed in the quantum, her body was then drawn to the future event. The experience found her. The outcome was unpredictable. It came in a way that she in no way expected. It was synchronistic, and there was no doubt that it was the result of her internal efforts. Think about that for a moment. What opportunities are out there waiting to find you? Who are you being in this moment and every other moment? Is your being that way going to attract all that you desire? Can you change your state of being? And once you inhabit a new mind, can you observe a new destiny? The answers are what the rest of this book is all about. Wow. Maybe we should all take a minute and grab our journals right now and answer these questions. What opportunities are out there that are waiting to find you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you in your divine vision of yourself? Even write about yourself in third person. Like, so for me, I'm like, Brittany is an internationally known, successful, impactful businesswoman that moves not only in her creative gifts, flowing with sound projects and working with the most incredible sound technicians and musicians that are just absolute geniuses of their craft to create atmospheric shifting sound projects, but she also is a savvy multi-millionaire before she became a multi-billionaire businesswoman who moves in business and flows in multiple fields and multiple methods of business. She moves with poise and grace. She is always ahead of the game. She is rooted, balanced, emotionally healed, and well. She is surrounded by emotionally well, healed, whole people. Her children flow in their divine identity effortlessly, knowing who they are, utilizing these amazing universal principles to attract a great and healthy, rooted, balanced life to themselves. They are full of joy, they are properly prioritized, and they have created an atmosphere of what it is to be valued, not only amongst themselves and each other, but also with other people that surround them. Brittany is fit and strong and healthy and loves the adventures that she takes her family on. They go backpacking, they go internationally sightseeing, and they have adventures from the water to the mountains to the forest to the deserts, snowboarding, backpacking, hiking, yachting, fishing. I'm running out of ideas. Brittany is free in time and space, financially, exponentially, and her life, it just exhibits, inhabits, and radiates joy, fun, peace, love, honor, righteousness, and high vibe values. Life is so beautiful. And that's who she is. So now you take this time and go write down who you are And this is in the word called prophesying. Prophesy according to your revelation. And that's why it's important to prophesy according to your highest hope and the levels of being that are something that you want to stick with, not out of your trauma or your wounding. Don't get me wrong, I utilize trauma and wounding to inform the future of like, this is what it will be. There will be balanced and healed and well and whole people who know about honor, who know about righteousness, who know about faithfulness and loyalty and goodness. Okay? That's who we're going to be surrounded by. That's who we are surrounded by now. And we have continued to make space to be surrounded by even more of the most amazing, quality, healthy, rooted, balanced, emotionally healed, whole, righteous, honorable people. Did I mention honest? Anyway, we're going to get into the next part soon. Either click into the next video or I will catch you next time you're available. Remember to save the playlist. Subscribe if you have not. Give it a like, comment below. I'm here for this. I am here for this. Thanks for being here. Be blessed, be well, be free.